Hallöchen, Hallöchen. Bin wieder da. Komm, gerade überlegt noch Musik anzumachen, aber ich mache einfach das Spiel und dann haben wir ein bisschen Musik, ne? Hm.
Danganronpa.
Bim, 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 bim. Bim, 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 bim. Ist das neue Pokémon? Ja, fast, ey. Fast. Gibt doch auch bestimmt so einen schwarz-weiß-Bären als Pokémon. Bestimmt. Da ist er hier. Oh. So. Wir haben genau vom Class Trial jetzt quasi aufgehört. Also können wir genau da jetzt reingehen. Magical Monomi. Experience the battles between Monomi and the Mono Beasts that occurred behind the scenes. Warte, einmal muss ich da jetzt drauf. Ich muss mir das einmal zumindest angucken. Press Enter Key. Was du da für ein Blödsinn noch zusätzlich reinmachen, ne? Stage 1, let's go. Fight. Normal, hard, irgendwas. Oh Gott, okay. Was muss ich machen? Steuerung. Wie wär's mit einer Steuerungserklärung oder sowas? Irgendwie. Ist das richtig so? Ich verstehe das nicht. Diese Prozentzahl da erhöht sich auf jeden Fall. Ist doch klar, was du machen musst. Also ich habe bis jetzt nur... Ah, guck mal. Was ist das denn? Hä? Ah, guck mal. Okay. Aber kann ich das jetzt einfach die ganze Zeit machen oder was? Was ist das für ein komisches Scheiß? Ne, okay, die hat irgendeine Art von Ausdauer anscheinend. Hä? Krieg ich sie nicht tot? Geht doch. Wie dämlich ist das denn, Alter? Das ist ja das Dämlichste, was ich jemals gesehen habe. Vor allem, die machen ja nicht mal was, die Viecher. Ja, kein Angriff oder irgendwas. Jetzt könnte man echt meinen, das ist Pokémon. Hä? Warum funktioniert es manchmal und manchmal nicht? Da jetzt zum Beispiel. Welle 4. Aber ich dachte, ich kämpfe jetzt gegen diese Mono-Beasts, aber irgendwie... Irgendwie kämpfe ich ja gegen diese kleinen Dinger hier, was auch immer das für Viecher sein sollen. Ich glaube, die roten können mir wahrscheinlich sogar Schaden machen, oder? Nein, da lebt ja immer noch der eine da. Oh, guck mal. Die schießen. Nein, beweg dich. Ah, ich wurde getroffen. Ey, was ist das für ein Scheiß, ey? Und geht es jetzt, also wie viele Wellen kommen dann da jetzt? Das ist halt auch die Frage so. Wenn da jetzt noch 40 Wellen sind oder ich weiß nicht wie viele. Dann brauche ich halt nicht zu machen. Mann, was war das denn jetzt? Oh, keine Ausdauer mehr. Merke ich die Ausdauer überhaupt irgendwo? Nee, ne? Ich habe jetzt keine Anzeige für Ausdauer oder so. Ah, guck mal, Final Wave. Jetzt kommt das Mono Beast, okay. Oh. Nein, beweg dich. Komm mal hier rüber. Ey. Bleibt aber auch nicht still, ne? Hä? Ich wollte gerade sagen, jetzt habe ich nicht getroffen, oder was? What? Das Vieh ist viel zu heftig. Das trifft mich halt jedes Mal. Und ich habe keine Ahnung, wie oft ich das Vieh treffen muss. Alter, was ist das für ein Bullshit, ey? Was ist das für ein Bullshit? Vor allem, das hat auch nicht wirklich Downphasen jetzt irgendwie gehabt. Es macht einfach immer weiter. Alter, das ist ein Blödsinn. Einmal, also zumindest einmal muss es mir angucken, ey. Okay, jetzt gehen wir zum richtigen Spiel wieder. Zum richtigen Spiel. In Anführungszeichen. Ja, da hier, Jabberwock Island. Our destination ist Monokuma Rock. Was das denn jetzt? Warte, hier muss ich gar nicht. Ach, hier, ne? Monokuma Rock. Das war's. Ah, let me go, help me. Ah, he's doing something crazy to me. I will be ruined. Hey, shut up and stay put. You stubborn little Lolita. Hey, stop harassing little girls. This is what's going on. Yuko was trying to run away, so Monokuma brought her here by force. But Yoko still trying to run away, so Monokuma's trying to wrap her in a full Nelson. Hey, if you don't stay put, I'm gonna make you part of this island's food chain. Geez, making me waste my sweet ass time. But there's another problem to deal with besides this one. Where the heck is Fuyohiko? That guy, he totally ditched my appointment. He pisses me off. Okay, was? Muskelbär. His anger changed his form. I'm right here. Wie es aussieht, Alter. Voll dumm. Ah, Fuyohiko, you came. I was worried about you. There's nowhere for me to run anyway. So no matter the ending, I have to accept it, right? But still, I'm a Yakuza. Accepting defeat is not an option. Oyuki, what does it mean? Well, it's all good. If the trial heats up, it's all good. Ich fand es komisch, bei dem Videospiel stand ja in den Credits auch Kusurio. Der Clan, das ist der Yakuza-Clan von dem Ding jetzt drin. Aber ich glaube trotzdem die irgendwie nicht, dass der das gelesen ist. Das wäre irgendwie zu einfach. Anyway, looks like everyone's here, so let us depart now. I'll go first and be one step ahead of you guys. Crap, I'm not mentally prepared yet. Do you even have to prepare?
Show some spirit!
If you don't have enough power, harness your latent energy. Come on, bring out that energy!
This too.
So it begins. The beginning of the end. Now then, let's keep our spirits high, so we can one day find that shining hope. That's right, I can only... Moving forward is the only option. Ich frag mich immer noch, ob das der Typ ist aus dem ersten Teil, nur der ist jetzt irgendwie so ein bisschen brainwashed oder so, ich weiß es nicht genau. Also der Typ, den wir gespielt haben, weil so ein bisschen äußerliche Ähnlichkeit hat der. Und der Name ist auch ein bisschen ähnlich. No matter how many times I see it, it's such a bad taste, the worst, the lowest, most brutal taste. Somehow I moved my muscles, stiff from fear and nerves, and awkwardly walked onto the escalator. For some reason my breathing was short, and I was eventually struck by a feeling similar to dizziness. The moment all of us were inside Monokuma Rock. Yeah. A rumbling sound filled the room and the surrounding space began to fall. Also das auch immer sehen muss, dieses Aufstuhlfahren, ne? Und dann immer dieses, ja, der Aufzug hat schon wieder gerappelt, als er runtergefahren ist. Und es hat sich alles so verloren angefühlt. Diese Gefühle zwischen Hoffnung und Verzweiflung. Oh. Junge, ey. Ohne Scheiß. I suddenly stopped breathing. My consciousness began to fade from the pressure. Genau sowas meine ich. Mein Bewusstsein verschwand von all dem Druck. Ich versuchte diesem Druck zu widerstehen, um weiterhin auf meinen Beinen zu stehen oder keine Ahnung. After a while, the elevator's vibrations gradually weakened, and then it stopped altogether. Aim: defeat the boring routine. So I've decided to start redecorating. How does it look? Mr. Monokuma's redecoration is awesome, isn't it?
Impossible!
It's not like I would allow you to think otherwise anyway.
That is...
To go to the trouble of doing something this elaborate, really, what is your true intention?
No.
Nothing really. Essentially, this killing game is just to kill time anyway. Kill time? To break away from my purpose. That only is my purpose. A purpose is only gonna be a weakness. Those who have purpose are always the weakest ones in the bunch. Iwaiurai, Dankeschön für deinen Lurk. That's why you guys should forget about such cheap-ass purposes like trying to survive. And enjoy the class trial from the bottom of your hearts. It's starting, the class trial is starting. Mahiro Koizumi, the ultimate photographer. She had an unyielding force of personality, but she was actually very good at taking care of people. Most importantly, she was always straightforward. The person that killed her is among us? I don't want to believe it. Regardless. Hast du jetzt gegoogelt oder was, ey? Ich habe ja von selber schon gesagt, dass der Name sehr ähnlich ist. Makoto Naegi und... Ja. Nagito Kamoeda. Klar. Hör auf damit. Du sollst mir das hier nicht spoilern, Alter. You'll find the answer. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. Because it's the only way. Aside from finding out who the killer is, there's no other way for us to survive. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Skills habe ich eh keine. Also machen wir Finish Preparations.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the
Ja, komm, das wissen wir alles.
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based on an actual murder case.
Some of us have not beaten that game. Give us a detailed explanation.
It means Twilight Syndrome Murder Case is a non-fiction game. Additionally, some of us are characters in that game too.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
Hey, du moin.
So,
Grüß dich.
I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game are first.
Erstmal Maultaschen machen. Hast du nicht gestern Abend noch welche gekocht? Oder hast du wahrscheinlich mehrere vorbereitet, ne? Und dann kochst du dir die jetzt auf. Oder so. So I think it's better if we clarify who the characters in the game were first, yeah. The characters in the game were Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, Girl D, Girl E, Boy F. And the high school girl who got killed at the beginning. Und da steht nur Kusuriu, Kusuriu. Zweimal einfach. Ja doch, also muss ja eigentlich feststehen, dass der Dingens, der das eine Mädel da mit dem Baseballschläger gekillt hat im Spiel, muss ja quasi damit der Dingens sein. Der Uyuhiko. Ist ja den sein Nachname. Und die andere war halt seine Schwester dann, also die ganz am Anfang gestorben ist. By using your staff roll after clearing the game as a reference, I should be able to figure out who's who. The first character and the player was able to control was Girl A. The true identity of Girl A is probably... Ich habe keine Ahnung. Sato? Wer ist Sato überhaupt? Oh, there's nobody here named Sato in the first place. It's not this. Mahiro? Girl A has a timid personality and gets bullied often. Endlich wieder frei. Ja, WB das. Dann schreibt nicht so einen Unsinn, dann brauche ich auch nicht timeouten. Und was mich kann.
Girl A is probably
Nikon Tsumiki.
Sneaky.
That timid tone. That definitely sounds like Girl A. Based on the list of names in the staff roll, I can't think of anyone else who would be Girl A.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my right to privacy.
Ha! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights.
Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too.
Huh?
Die war die Bully-Tussi wahrscheinlich. Wahrscheinlich Girl B. Ja. Weil ich mich noch erinnern kann.
Short and foul-mouthed. She's probably Hiyoko.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the
Short and
complete opposite
foul-mouthed.
of me.
Ja. Total.
Anyway, let's move on. Next is Girl C.
Girl C, ich weiß gar nicht. Our personality was hyper energetic and unique. Dann wahrscheinlich die Ibuki.
I see. Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday.
I see you.
Let's move on to Girl D.
There's only one person who always had a camera with them. Mahiro.
I see. Girl D is my hero. The victim in this case.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about Guy F.
Also, let's skip Girl E. Guy F is Fuyuhiko.
I see. Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
Huh. I was in a game? That's fucking stupid.
That reminds me. Wasn't there another person whose last name was also Kuzuryu?
Another person?
It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu, and then another Kuzuryu.
Hold on. Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryus?
It's not like I'm wrong. That's how it's written on the staff roll. Since you beat the game, you probably know what this actually means, right?
The reason for Yuko's last name Kuzuryu appears twice. It's true I have a hunch, but to call me out like that, Nagito, you're definitely someone I shouldn't mess with. Immer noch vom Pacing genervt. Das ist eigentlich so ziemlich dasselbe. Also es spielt sich halt vom Pacing genauso. He had a little sister.
I can prove it with this. In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game.
That bitch, what the hell?
It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You probably noticed, right?
First victim. I don't really want to say it myself, but I need to move the conversation forward. The high school girl who died at the beginning.
I see! The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game is the only person I can think of.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is not his little sister. So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she must be Fuyuhiko's sister.
Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you've got there.
winning personality? Are you praising me?
I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
Hey, you said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality.
It's not just a game. It's definitely based on true events. That's why it's the motive.
Don't go making shit up, bastard! If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope's Peak Academy, she was mouthing off to me as usual and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that, you're probably thinking like that because you lost your memories.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet!
I see. So you're never gonna accept that that game is based on true events, huh? Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class trial now.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot. Do you suspect he's the killer?
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer.
Okay, you're starting to act weird again.
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikai. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is
Where is Girl D?
Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game, that dead high school girl, is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be
There's Sato.
the same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
What the heck is that wild
Tanaka
connection?
may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
And he also has a strange rivalry going on.
No one cares about that. Hurry up and talk about the mystery of the game.
Huh? What do you mean, mystery of the game?
My, you don't know. I heard that Girl E got killed.
What? No way! Is that true?
Getting killed is so violent, don't you know?
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E, correct?
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Let's first figure out why Girl E was killed.
The reason Girl E was killed should be able to assume why the... Because Girl E was a killer.
I see.
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister.
You're fucking persistent. I don't care what that game said at all. But is that true? Girl E, she killed the first victim?
In order to make that clear, we need to know more about the case involving the first victim's murder.
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to retro game fans.
Retro Game Fans, ja.
Classic dungeon
Mal
crawler
schön Maps
RPGs
malen.
have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk about that later so we can focus on the case.
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there.
Aber das Sound kam nicht von da, sondern aus dem Raum daneben da, wo die Vase umgestoßen hat.
The music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office, and when the five of them were finally able to go inside, they found the victim's body, dead from a blow to the head. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance hall seemed to confirm that. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so they concluded that the escaped killer was some pervert. How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who excels at clearing games.
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girls after she killed the first victim.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally needed the key from the office.
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the game, we can exclude the possibility of there being a spare key.
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped, and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy sulk.
Hey, is Girl E really the killer? We haven't reached an answer yet.
Based on the details of the game, it's no mistake that Girl E who was waiting in the hallway is the killer. Then what did Girl E do after killing the girl inside the music room? Kann ich dir genau sagen. Die ist die hat die gekillt, hat das Fenster kaputt gemacht und das scheiß Aquarium, was da stand, hat den Raum abgeschlossen, hat den Schlüssel zurück ins Dingens gebracht, ist dann in den Raum nebenan gegangen und hat da die Vase runterkrachen lassen und hat sich dann vor den Musikraum gestellt und hat gesagt, ja, da ist das Geräusch hergekommen und fertig. Fertig aus.
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway.
Right.
Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E to the front of the music? To go back to you need to go through the... Plus, at the other 4 girls...
At the entrance hall, the girls Heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the four girls heard wasn't the music room's window. It was the sound of the vase breaking. Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the four girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the four girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the four of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved yet! You haven't determined what the murder weapon was yet!
Murder weapon?
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit.
Der muss auch immer kacken, der Typ.
Which
Ne?
means I'll feel disgusting.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is pretty unconventional. The answer was revealed in the game, though. Now then, will you guys be able to figure it out?
An unconventional weapon that also appeared in the game. If we were told we can't advance as long as we don't make that clear, then I have to do it. I'll do it! What do you think the weapon is? I have no idea. Was I out of line just now? No, then, there's something I need you to tell regarding the white noise and the non-stop debates. Some lines of white noise are actually very durable. You won't always destroy them in one shot. Durable white noise will chip away every time you shoot them with the silencer. But unless you completely destroy them, your time will not be replenished. By the way, if the disc is... Mit dem komischen White Noise, Alter, dann gibt er eh keinen. Ist ja eh mal 5 Minuten oder so Zeit.
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
The piano, yeah.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
It's a
Gravel?
weapon that was used to beat them to death. It should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Think you attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Crime Scene Foto, ja. Da lag doch ein Baseballschläger daneben, oder?
Why are you going even big?
The investigation conducts...
It's on that big a scale,
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat, it should have had blood stains.
Nee. Aber die blauen sind ja da, wo ich dann zustimme quasi, ne?
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Sorry, ich muss einmal kurz zurückschreiben. Hm.
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Wo blau ist, kann ich immer dazu stimmen, oder nicht? Das war doch so.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducted.
It's on that bigger scale. How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death.
Was ist eigentlich Gravel?
Was there a weapon with bloodstains? She beat her to death with her fists.
Was ist Gravel nochmal? Gravel Keys. Keys kann sogar sein, also ich kann mir das über Stolen Fish Tank, Stolen School Swimsuit. Vielleicht hat die den Dingens Schwimm-Dingens genommen hier. Badeanzug und hat Keys da reingemacht und dann damit auf den Kopf gehauen.
It's on that bigger scale too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death.
Hä? Jetzt habe ich wieder, ich hasse das manchmal, ne? Du spulst vor, willst dann auf was schießen und es funktioniert einfach nicht mehr, weil, keine Ahnung.
That's too big to be in the piano. Why are you going even?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that bigger scale too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that.
Ja, okay, stimmt.
I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a weapon.
What if the gravel was put inside some sort of bag?
What kind of bag?
A swimsuit.
The weapon is something that appeared in the game, and so is the bag. And the only thing I can think of is the school swimsuit. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective weapon.
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the Ace Attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
Even Ace Attorney, yeah.
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one stone. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon, it'd have to be disposed of later.
How about it, Monokuma? Are you satisfied now?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E
Ecstasy.
has someone who can be called an accomplice. That person was actually Girl D.
Girl D. You're talking about Mahiru, right?
Huh? Mahiru is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
Oder vor allem, Mensch, ich fällt The Rush of Anger, aber die muss da vorbereitet hingegangen sein. Wenn die es jetzt einfach heißt, ja, die hat Kies genommen und den Badeanzug gestopft, dann machst du nicht, während du gerade mit jemandem redest oder so, oder während du dich vielleicht sogar mit jemandem streitest oder boxt oder wie auch immer.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent.
Ja, ja.
I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made
Ach so, ja, irgendwie so, ne? Die hat die gewürgt, dass die ohnmächtig war und hat sie dann getötet.
I somewhat understand that feeling.
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. Who do you think killed Girl E?
Ja, Fuyuhiko.
I see.
Guy F.
It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But Guy F is... What? It's just a story in a video game, isn't it? That's all you can say. If that game is telling the truth, it'd be a huge problem for you.
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember this incident?
Nein, natürlich nicht. Die haben nur ihre Erinnerungen verloren, alle.
They don't remember. That's obvious. Because their school memories were like totally stolen.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the killer. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy!
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game? Perhaps the two are unrelated.
No, the game and Mario's death are probably related. In actuality, there's an important shared point with ich weiß nicht was. Kannst du mich das nicht vorher lesen lassen?
Crap!
Girl E and Mario's murder. The metal bed.
I can prove it with this. I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has definitely played the game. As proof.
Aber der Mörder war nicht Fuyuhiko.
And Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true, Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. Don't you think that'd be too obvious?
Too obvious. Das ist genau das.
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up Fuyuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Hiyoko?
Hiyoko?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the true killer.
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch?
Ein gutes Benehmen haben
What are
die.
you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hyoko? Do you know where Hyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house. I was pushing Mr. Ants all day.
Hold on, what she said clearly contradicts information I know.
What are you saying, you four-eyed troll?
Footprints on the beach habe ich. Ja, what is that now?
Why do you doubt? Do you know where Hyoko? She was at the beach house. But I didn't go to the beach house.
Man.
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't.
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly footprints. They're probably Mikan's based on how ugly they are.
Based on how ugly they are. Ist klar.
They're not Hyoko's footprints? The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house. Which means, when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house, they used a different entrance.
A different entrance? Are you talking about the door facing the road that Mahiru's body was leaning against?
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left.
Which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hyoko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
So you finally decided to confess.
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine. I've never heard of that daily routine before. And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning walk.
I see. If you went there during your morning walk, that doesn't have anything to do with the case at all.
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass. She's obviously lying.
Huh? It's a lie?
It's a lie?
Who call other people liars are usually liars themselves. If you say I'm lying, prove it. Can you even prove that I'm lying?
Wir haben dich weggehen sehen um 3 Uhr.
There's no way a bunch of worthless idiots like you guys would be able to do that.
Make your arguments.
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots?
Is it really true?
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Damn it!
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk.
No, that's wrong.
It's wrong. Break.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
Was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason. Hiyoko Sayonochi.
That letter! It's the one Mahiru had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What is that letter? I'm serious, I don't know.
Oh, snap! I remember now. I totally saw you.
So, wenn ich jetzt spiele, da achte ich da gar nicht so drauf, aber das hat letztes Mal das noch gesagt. Die Bilder von denen immer, wie die so wackeln, ey.
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., killed her, then ran away afterward.
Du bist bei mir lautlos und ich weiß, was du meinst.
I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed here.
Ja, weil du das letzte Mal noch gesagt hast.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Aber ich kann das gar nicht so. Also so ein Effekt kriegst du noch nicht mal eben so selbst hin.
So you should have seen Hiyoko too, right?
No, I didn't. It's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth. Deal with it.
Just leave him alone.
Deal with it.
It'd be a waste of time to question him any further.
Wer ist eigentlich tot?
Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony.
Die mit den roten kurzen Haaren, die so ein irgendwie Ultimate Photographer. Die ganze Zeit so ein Fotoapparat noch dabei. Da hat die auf dem Bild links. Die ist jetzt nicht mehr.
I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
Is she really crying? Or is she faking it?
She's probably faking it.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that too.
Ja, in dem Schrank war Bonbon. Da war ein Bonbon im Schrank. The only place I can think of where Hiyoko was hiding is probably that place, right? Spot selection.
Here! The place where Hiyoko was hiding. Are you talking about the closet?
Yes, that's right. The gummy candy we found on the floor is the evidence. Hiyoko, your favorite candy is gummies.
What's a gummy? I've never eaten
I've
something
never
like that
eaten
before.
something like that before.
I have captured the true character of this mystery. Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru to the beach house, hid inside the closet like a familiar. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift wind.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocking the door at that time. Because of that, she was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving her footprints.
We have presented the proof! My 4 dark devas of destruction didn't even need to come out!
It's a trap! This is obviously someone's trap!
Who's someone? Whose trap is it?
It must be that one person! You know, the one with the mask, maybe? The one with the mask? There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right? Whoever was wearing that could be the real killer!
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask! Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko. That mask belongs to Sparkling Justice!
Sparkling Justice!
Huh? Sparkling what now?
That mask says it all. Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island! Which means the legendary serial killer Sparkling Justice is the one who killed Mahiru!
Why, you? If you continue to say such foolish things, I shall tear you limb from limb.
Don't blame Miss Sonia. It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Kyoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being unreasonably stubborn.
It's all in your head! Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer!
Ooh, that Kyoko is suspicious, but there's something strange, something that doesn't make sense. I can't help but feel like we're being directed by someone. Beep, 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 beep.
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Kyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house.
At the time, the door facing the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
Is it really
I shall
okay?
render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Kyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
Ich hab gerade keine Ahnung, ey.
You went to the beach house, right?
Oh, that is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru.
And afterward, you fled.
At the time, the door was blocked by the body.
Gummy bag.
Damn it!
I shall render my verdict. Kyoko is the
I'm telling you...
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house.
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy.
No, that's wrong.
Weiß nicht warum genau der Gummibag gerade, aber irgendwas war da.
About that gummy, did Kyoko really drop it?
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the one who worries about never getting taller.
It's true Kyoko likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored. Huh? That gummy is yellow?
Dann spielst du noch Danganronpa. Solange bis der Fall hier vorbei ist. Weiß nicht, wie lange das dauert.
It's not mine!
Und hallo,
I
Vivi!
don't have any yellow gummies!
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
Then we can't assume Kyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy. See? Didn't I tell you? It's definitely a trap! Damn it! Who would set a trap like this? I'll get my revenge. I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might.
Hold on, you little bitch. You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid. I'm not done backing you into a corner yet.
Wie kann's Autopsy Report? Was war nochmal mit dem Autopsy Report?
We're not done with Hyoko yet. There's still a huge piece of evidence left.
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to
Das
the
war
road.
das.
Thanks to her.
Die war mit einem Dings tot, deswegen.
I left those footprints during my morning walk.
We're
Yup, there's still a huge...
You're talking about the secret...
It's true, that's an important... We can thank Mahiru for...
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and...
No,
Nope.
that's wrong.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's very, very wrong.
Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
Instant death? According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt that Mahiru died instantly.
If you keep making shit up, I'll fucking kill you!
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Fuyuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant, too. I mean, her injury was only a single blow. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else used her body to block it.
Jemand, der sich da versteckt hatte noch, nachdem Ding jetzt wieder weggegangen ist. Nachdem die Dingens da verschwunden ist.
Someone else?
Die Kyoko.
The killer, of course. They're the one who blocked the door with Mahiru's body. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask Kyoko. She's the killer after all.
Seriously, that's not true! Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. Wouldn't that mean she's also the one who dragged the body? If she handled a body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin would have been stained with blood.
Huh? But when I saw her, she was...
Die Dingens hatte Blut an sich, ne? Die Akane. Stimmt.
She was clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer!
Aber die hätte sich dann niemals so gezeigt, wenn das Blut von der Dingens wäre. Geht die dann nicht einfach zu den anderen und sagt so, hey, ja, ich habe gerade einen Schlag auf den Kopf bekommen.
Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
I won't let you look down on me! We haven't decided that yet!
Hey, Fuyuhiko. Why do you keep insisting that Hiyoko is the killer?
Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely the killer! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko, she killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body.
Warum kann ich nicht mehr? Ach, ich habe nur so und so viele Cuts oder was? Hä? Verstehe ich nicht.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. Damn it! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
Verstehe das nicht.
If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. Damn it!
Verstehe das nicht, was ich jetzt hier falsch mache.
Then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of. If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
Hab ich's jetzt geschafft? Okay, mein Gott.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. The fact that Hiyoko was at the beach house can be proven. Did you get all that, you bastard? So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Sein ein ADHS
Washing
gehen.
it off in the shower is impossible because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair it.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body, and when she was done, she put them back on.
Are you saying I did something that perverted?
Yoko took off her clothes before committing the murder. No, that shouldn't be possible.
Damn it! I see! Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko mentioned this before.
Can't help it, I can't tie my kimono sash by myself.
Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
What?
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own. That's why she couldn't take a bath and smelled bad.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little.
Oh, wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first place?
Yes, if you broke the rules, I'm pretty sure Monokuma wouldn't have kept quiet.
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me.
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that got on her? Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiru's body.
Hey, if you think about it the other way around, does that mean whoever was covered in blood is suspicious? Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach Nekomaru?
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed down.
Doubting me of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're stuck in a bowing position for the rest of your life.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
The hell it does!
Wer das? Der immer Tränen hat, aus dem Mund läuft aber aus der Nase läuft irgendwas.
Hey, more importantly, I'm okay now, right? It's okay that I'm not the killer?
Yeah, seems like it.
See, I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru, because Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind. There's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hiyoko, please don't cry. Everything is fine now, right?
Everything is fine now.
Big Barf, I hope you get a hangnail and die. I'm sorry for being Big Barf.
More importantly, Fuyuhiko's behavior earlier was definitely strange. Getting so worked up and accusing Miyoko of being suspicious. Could it be, does she actually have something else in mind?
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our suspicions have been addressed, can you tell us the truth?
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer, you still went to the beach house, right?
Like I said, it was a trap.
Yeah, I got that already, so... Can you give us the details about that trap?
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. You want me to talk, huh? Earlier this morning, Mahiru was the one who came up to me. She asked if we could meet up later.
Huh? But didn't you say earlier?
She never talked to me at all. Man, what a surprise. I didn't expect you to ask me such an easy question.
Damn it! So that was a lie?
'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not to say anything.
So, what was your answer to Mahiru's invitation?
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have a reason to say no. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snide.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but... Around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one.
I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. About what we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island. The time is still the same, 2 p.m. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere with our meeting. Let's keep it a secret. Until then, let's try not to see each other for a while. It would be bad if they started suspecting us for no reason.
I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
Oh, that letter Yoko had, doesn't it? Kannst den Rest gar nicht mehr lesen. Display problem? Doesn't it clearly contradict with other evidence?
I can prove it with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had?
What we discussed earlier, is it okay if we change the place and time? I want you to come to the beach house on the second island at 2:30 p.m.
Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2:30 p.m. But in Hyoko's letter...
It says 2 p.m.
Whoa, the meeting times are off.
It's also strange that both letters wanted to change their meeting spot to the beach house. It would be plausible if one of them said it. But for both letters to say the same thing?
Hyoko, since you wrote it, what do you think?
Like I said, I never wrote the letter. How many times do I have to tell you?
It's safe to say a letter was forged by the killer, but which letter did the killer forge? Both letters.
I see! The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. In fact, if you compare both letters... Confirmed! Just as I assumed, the handwriting is the same. The content of the letters matches too.
Like this part. I was going to tell you in person, but I couldn't find you, so I put this in your mailbox. This part. It seems there's someone who wants to interfere. And this part. Let's keep it a secret. The killer forged both of those letters.
In doing so,
Beide
they were able to
Briefe
control
geschrieben.
Hyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding. Like,
So they completely tricked me. And then Mahiru's killer. How mean! Give me back Mahiru!
Really? This is really terrible. I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time didn't discuss their plan with me at all. It's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Here we go again.
Hätte die da gerne geholfen.
Down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What on earth happened there?
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of medicine or something.
Medicine?
That medicine. Could it be? Did they get it from the drugstore? I thought that place seemed unsafe. They even have prescription medicines laying out in the open.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done something about it.
I'm sorry. When I woke up, I was inside a small closet. And when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the beach house in such a panic.
I was scared. I was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but... The killer probably planned to frame Hiyoko from the start. And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep, and shoved her inside the closet.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evident.
Everything was done to frame Hiyoko as the killer. That's horrible! I didn't do anything wrong, and I was framed by Mahiru's killer!
Hiyoko, please do not cry. We believe you.
Is it really okay to believe her so easily? She might be faking those tears, you know.
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you.
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn for your life, or even for victory.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says is a waste of time.
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what Hiyoko has told us. So, let us believe Hyoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork. Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma? I'm not gonna let you have the outcome you want. Whoa! He's sleeping!
Dumbasses. You bastards don't know anything. If you're stupid enough to trust each other, the only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
The bitter truth. That may be true, but even so, we can't just stand around here all day. Even if what lies ahead is a cruel ending, the only thing we can do is move forward. Because unless we reveal who among us is Mahiru's true killer, there's no way we'll survive. Und jetzt nochmal ein Speicherpunkt. Also dass dann mitten schon, also jetzt hier auch mitten im Glasteil wieder ein Dingens kommt. Speicherpunkt. I would like to present the answer right here, right now. Huh? You're gonna spoil who the killer is? Who, if I reveal the answer before everyone's ready, they all be shocked, they all feel despair. You can't, that's a serious big no-no. But spoiling it right now is innovative, don't you think? The club president and I are powerless against innovation. Who's the club president? So without further ado, the answer is yeah, you can't. Everyone, please close your eyes and cover your ears.
You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
You say Nanu in German when you're surprised. Nanu? Nani? Ja, eher, ey. I don't know what you're talking about, but somehow it feels wrong to me. Nanu?
I'm Monami, and my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is in this room. Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! Oh, I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best.
Alter.
Don't lose to yourselves. And don't forget to save regularly. Well, now that we've decided to believe Hyoko, now what?
If the killer was luring Hyoko into a trap, then something that was used there might be a clue.
Do you mean the letter?
No, it was probably the gummy.
Huh? Candy can be a clue?
Hey, when you woke up, was the gummy already there?
Now that you mention it, I feel like it wasn't.
Just as I thought.
Just as you thought?
If the killer planted evidence while Hyoko was there, she would have thrown it away if she found it.
Which means the gummy was placed inside the closet after Hyoko fled from the beach house?
The killer returned to the scene of the crime after I left?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
I wonder. At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened. That's what I think.
I want to play a new game. Is that what you're thinking? If so, we've prepared the perfect product for you. You will dive into your own brain and logically discern the mysterious answer from several questions. It's called Logic Dive. During the Logic Dive, you will control a version of yourself created from an image within your brain. Your task is to reach the goal, the final destination of the Synapse course. You can move sideways with the mouse and accelerate with the control key. Press the right mouse button to brake, the left mouse button to jump. There will be various obstacles you will encounter as you progress through the course. So make sure you are familiar with these controls so you can reach the goal. On your journey you will take damage every time you fall into a gap or bump into walls. Also, upon reaching a certain point, there will be branching questions in the course. The answer split into different paths, so please proceed down the path of the answer you think is correct. Branching questions will appear several times in one course. Please be careful. I highly recommend that you make good use of the brake. That's my meddlesome advice to you. If you press the escape key to unlock the drive, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck, have fun. She's right. This might be a very important problem. If the killer tampered with the evidence after Yoko ran away from the beach house, when did the killer arrive and depart from the beach house? Think. If I just focus and think about it, I'm sure I will be able to find the answer. I'm alright, I'm going to do it. Ich werde es tun! Den Logic Dive. Oh God, ey. Nee. Move mit der Maus. Accelerate Control Key. Was meinen die jetzt mit Control Key? Meinen die jetzt Steuerung oder was? Tatsache. Question 1. What? When did the killer arrive at the house? Das so schnell zu lesen, kann man jetzt gar nicht, bevor Yoko arrived, muss ja eigentlich. Ja, ich hätte ja auch noch bremsen können, ne? Dann kann ich in Ruhe lesen. When did the killer leave the beach house? Before Kyoko left wahrscheinlich. Die war ja nicht im Haus drin. After Kyoko left. Aber Kyoko hat ja gerade gesagt, sie hat sich sogar umgeguckt und niemanden gesehen. Von daher hätte ich jetzt gedacht... Oh, jetzt kommen ja Obstacles. Yoko, where was the killer hiding? Well, Yoko was unconscious. The beach house or the beach? Wahrscheinlich the beach house, oder wie soll die zum Beach House gegangen sein, ohne Fußabdrücke zu hinterlassen? Also Killer war die ganze Zeit da.
You think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking just to say something so pointless. How disappointing. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have to explain it in another language so you can understand?
Nicht, aber es wird jetzt nicht im Getränkeautomat, oder? Der Killer hat sich jetzt nicht im Getränkeautomat versteckt.
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful once she stopped being a suspect.
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't look, Yoko.
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make Akane bop you on the head and shut you up for good.
I really don't want that to happen to me. I need to answer by any means. The place where the killer was hiding, the place where Yoko hasn't looked is... The killer was hiding inside the fridge. They would just freeze. You're gonna climb a mountain of ice. There's always fighting when you play with two players. Okay, das war's nicht. Aber kann ja nicht in dem... Also auch im Closet oder was, hä?
Killer is probably hiding in the closet.
The closet? That's where I was locked up!
Ja,
After
eben.
you woke up, you said you rushed out of there, right? And you probably didn't look inside the closet very carefully.
But could two people even hide in such a small place?
Ja, da wo die selbst versteckt war. Nee, es ging ja darum, weil die Yoko selbst in dem Wandschrank drin war. Und da ist sie ja aufgewacht, nachdem die betäubt wurde. Und dann hat sich der Killer auch in dem Wandschrank versteckt. Okay, komisch. Aber also es ist so ein großer begehbarer Wandschrank, weißt du, und da waren so Surfbretter und auch so Höhlen für so Surfbretter. Wahrscheinlich in so einer Höhle versteckt oder so. Wahrscheinlich wird sowas sein.
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
Da rechts sind so komische Höhlen für diese Surfbretter. Wahrscheinlich darin irgendwie. Can only think of one place. That's right. The place where the killer was hiding inside the closet was... Here!
What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? Inside the surfboard case? But the shelf it was on, it was pretty messy, don't you think? 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf, and there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. Because we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy, I think. Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
Always darkest under the lighthouse. Stimmt, 3 Meter, der 3 Meter Typ, ja. Muskelberg darunter. Ja, kein Problem.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard case.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you think.
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame her. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence the killer had planted, it would have messed up their plan. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house, watching Hiyoko.
Saying whatever you want, even if you didn't ask. All right, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya! Oh, you shut up. Then, grit your teeth.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like that. Hey, Monokuma. Can I ask you about something that seems strange to me?
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future is always directing the flow of history.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future some other time. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover a body, right?
Das ist halt auch klar. Das habe ich mir halt auch schon vorhin gesagt. Das stellt eigentlich schon sicher, dass außer der Yuko noch jemand da war. Weil die Yuko war da, die war die erste Person, die Leiche gesehen hat. Und dann ich und der pinkhaarige Dude. Und dann kam das Announcement.
Is the killer also included? Among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that is basically what it's supposed to be.
You don't sound very articulate.
Ja, der Pinkhaarige hat sie gesehen und dann kam das Announcement so raus. Stimmt.
Jeez, you're pretty annoying for noticing something like that. I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I understand your excuse.
Ja, sie hat doch auch einen Fesselfetisch. So lässt sie das keine Ahnung, weil es halt der Gag von den beiden ist. Ich weiß es nicht. Ich meine, am Ende wird es ja nicht so sein, dass dieser komische Hase da wirklich dafür sorgen wollte, dass wir da auf der Insel eine gute Zeit haben.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can respond to situations with some flexibility.
Flexibility, huh? So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not?
Jeez, fine. You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
Which means 3 people other than the killer discovered Mahiru's body.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange. More importantly, let's get back to our original topic.
Kopfstimme ist so viel besser als die englische. Also von dem Bär.
You're the one who went on a tangent.
We were just saying the killer was hiding in the surfboard case, right?
And after Hyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, there's something we have to make clear. The killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hyoko ran away. But what about the blood?
Now that you mention it, that mystery hasn't been solved yet.
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start the argument, shall we?
Now then, I saw you explain you the final feature in the non-stop debates. From this point on forward, you will be now able to use a true flashback. If you hold down the left mouse button, the shape of the vertical will change. In Deutsch spricht Santiago ja den Bär. Was für ein Santiago, Alter? Was laberst du? If you aim at the remark's weak spot and keep it in that position, you'll be able to memorize it. This memorized phrase can be fired once as a single truth bullet. So SpongeBob style. Ja, keine Ahnung. If you shoot or change a different truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or a mistake in your available truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When it's the best time to use flashbacks, well, bla bla bla, ja okay, ich weiß. Make your arguments. Ich will jetzt sowieso, dass ich das benutzen muss, ist ja...
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower... What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower... What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
Other than the shower. Ne, die haben eine neue TV, sind 54. Das Streber, Alter.
I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around?
Was ist los mit dir?
Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
Kann ich das Wetsuits nicht als Dinge nehmen?
What did the killer do with the blood on their...
Maybe they simply washed it...
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
Oder kann ich blaue nicht
They
nehmen?
used something other than the shower. What did they do with the bloody...
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't
Verstehe
use
das
the
gerade
shower,
nicht.
right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
Funktioniert
Did
nicht.
they use something other than the shower?
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit? They cut it up and...
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply
washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when
Der
they
geht
moved
doch
the
gar
body.
nicht drauf.
Did they use something other than the shower?
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit? They cut it up and floosh.
As someone who flushes their... It would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
Ich check das nicht, Alter. Ich weiß nicht, welches Ding ich benutzen soll.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Damn it!
What did the killer do with the blood?
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the...
what about the wet... Maybe they wore one when they...
Did they use something other than the shower?
What did they do with the bloody wet... They cut it up and floosh.
As someone who flushes their shit, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body? Maybe they were able to wash it off.
Ich mach das wurde bin und Post wird auch die letzte.
Maybe they simply washed...
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to... what about... Maybe they wore one when they... Did they use something...
Time's up. Warum ist das überhaupt auf Zeit, ey? Ja, ja, bla 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 bla. Du stirbst jetzt, hahaha. Ist das toll. Willst du retryen? Ja, will ich.
We will never give up.
So unnötig, dass überhaupt die Frage kommt, weißt du? Dann lass das doch einfach ewig durchlaufen. Statt zu sagen, oh, du hast verloren.
Maybe they simply washed it off.
Aber du kannst immer neu versuchen, so oft du willst.
They didn't have to use... what about... Maybe they wore one when they... Did they use something... What did they do with the bloody... They cut it up and...
As someone who flushes their... It would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way... Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Mein Gott, ey. Das ist super nervig, ne? Diese Dinger noch davor.
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
what about... Maybe they wore one when they... Did they use something... What did they do with the bloody... They cut it up and...
As someone who flushes... It would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Damn it!
Ich habe gerade keine Ahnung, was die Lösung sein soll, Alter.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they...
Did they use something other than the shower?
What did the killer do with the blood on...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off...
They didn't have to use...
what about... Maybe they wore one when they...
Did they use something other than the shower?
Aber ich mach das auch, dass ich schaue auf die
It
Wetsuits.
would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way. Perhaps someone other than... Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off...
They didn't have to use the shower.
what about the wetsuits in the closet? Damn it!
Ist auch nicht richtig.
What did the killer do with the...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been...
They didn't have to use...
what about... Maybe they wore one when they...
Did they use something other than the shower?
Ich weiß nicht, was das Spiel von mir will gerade. Ohne Scheiß überhaupt gar nicht gerade. Überhaupt gar nicht einfach gerade. Verstehe einfach nicht, was ich hier jetzt machen soll. Also, welches Argument ich worauf ich ballern soll.
If
Ich habe jetzt gefühlt alle Kombinationen schon durch.
As someone who flushes their shit, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Damn it! What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
What about the wetsuits in the club? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower.
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it open.
Loose. As someone who flushes their shit, it would definitely clog the toilet.
Maybe it's the other way around. Perhaps someone other than the
Damn it!
What did the killer do with the...
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to
Ich denke eigentlich, das ist es und das letzte.
use something... What did they do with the bloody... They cut it open.
Time's up schon wieder. Mein Gott, Alter, warum geht denn die Zeit jetzt so schnell herum? Ich check das nicht. Da. Ja, jetzt, ich will nochmal. Dankeschön. Aber es sind doch keine 5 Minuten, die vergehen jetzt mal ernsthaft. Und sogar 6. Okay, wenn ich auf vorspule, dann kann ich jetzt schon einmal komplett durchspulen, wenn ich das erst nicht erwischt habe. Das geht nicht. Ich kann nur Dingens.
What did the killer do with... Maybe they simply... They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
Would have been impossible.
What about... Maybe they wore one when if they used something... What did they do with the bloody... They cut it open.
As someone who flushes their shit, it would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way. Perhaps someone... Body?
Alter, ich check's nicht. Ohne Witz, Alter, ich google jetzt. Es geht mir auf den Sack gerade. Gefühlt habe ich alles einmal jetzt durchprobiert. Und nee, es funktioniert einfach nichts. Okay.
What did the killer do with... Maybe they simply... They couldn't use the shower, so
Mach
washing it
einfach
off...
other than the shower would have been impossible.
Maybe they wore one when if they used something other than the shower.
Also das hier auf das allererste.
As someone who flushes, it would definitely clog...
Maybe it's the other way. Perhaps someone other than... Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with... Maybe they simply... They couldn't use the shower, so...
No, that's wrong.
Keine Bock mehr darum zu rätseln. Warum ist der jetzt auf Auto? Und wo kriege ich Auto weg? Space, okay. Aber ich kann ruhig Auto lassen erstmal. Other than the shower, the sea, the drinks in the refrigerator.
I see.
Dumm, das ist.
Drinks inside the refrigerator. Couldn't the killer have used those to wash off the blood?
I've seen through it. In theory, that's impossible.
Why?
Try to remember the refrigerator carefully, and then you will understand that there's no possible way the drinks in the refrigerator were used.
Schon wieder dieses Battle Showdown, ey. Vielleicht machen sie den Schwierigkeitsgrad davon doch nochmal auf. So leicht, ey. Weil das ist wohl gerade schon nervig genug.
in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottle drink. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood. It's true there were drinks in the beach
Alter,
house refrigerator.
dann drücke ich vorspulen und verpasse ich das erste Ding jetzt schon.
It's true there were drinks.
Mann, ich bin zu doof gerade.
One bottle drink. It's true there were in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottle drink. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down.
Cool Crosswords. Hauptsache.
You can't
Advance.
assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles. There were only flavored drinks with colored dyes. If the blood won't come off and your body will get sticky. It will leave an aromatic smell too, especially if you used a loft. That alone would raise suspicion. Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the river.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Trash can waren noch ganz viele Water Bottles.
No, there were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell you? There were no water bottles in there whatsoever.
That was after the incident, right? But before the incident, there were water bottles in the fridge. And the killer took all of those water bottles and used them to wash the blood off their body.
So you're saying the water bottles were gone? Because they were all used? That's a logical fallacy.
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence
Oh, hab ich
inside
das
the
Mikro
trash.
so komisch gedreht.
Evidence like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles. Isn't that right, Chiaki?
Ah,
Isn't that right?
These bottles look like they may have been filled with water.
Well, now that you mention it, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of those plastic water bottles.
Huh? You should have said so sooner. Then, the plastic water bottles were used in place of a shower.
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to understand explanation.
Hold on a sec. Now that I think about it, if they soaked their entire body with a bunch of plastic water bottles, they did that person would be...
You've realized who the killer is.
Ach, die wäre nass, ne? Die wäre nass, so wie die Dingens. Ja, so wie die Olle mit dem Schwert. Die war komplett nass, als sie gekommen ist. Von wegen, ja, ich war schwimmen.
See? Just as I thought.
Hold on. You know who the killer is?
Is that true?
Let me ask, who might that be?
If the killer used plastic bottles to wash off the blood that splattered on them, that killer, my hero's killer, must be that person. Peko
You're
Yama.
the only one! Heko, is it you?
Hey, what are you being quiet for? They're accusing you of being the killer.
Then I should ask you this. Why do you believe I'm the killer?
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. Your appearance when you came to the diner.
Komplett nass. Hajime and Kazuichi, why are you two here? Hey, aren't you breathing pretty heavily? I just did a little swimming.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water bottles, they'd have to drench their entire body. But there were no towels in the beach house, and it would have taken a while for the water to fully air dry. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a cover story.
Don't just stay silent. Say something. Hold on, you bastard. You saw her at the diner. You never saw her near the beach house, right? So maybe she really was swimming.
No one even saw her swimming.
No. I saw her.
Huh?
After I ran into you bastards at the diner, I crossed paths with her on my way home.
So there's no doubt. She would have arrived
Der
at the
lügt.
diner from the opposite direction of the beach
Warum auch
house.
immer der für die lügt, aber er lügt.
Hold on. That's strange. Didn't you just say this earlier?
Just a coincidence. I passed by the diner. I didn't even pay attention to the beach house. Went straight back to the hotel after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
You told me you didn't see anyone. Don't try to tell me you forgot about that.
Not so fast! It's too soon to decide she's a killer.
Wer weiß, dass die der Killer ist. Aber aus irgendeinem Grund lügt er für die.
The roadside door was blocked. And if it's impossible to leave from the beachside without leaving footprints, then how the fuck did the killer escape?
Why are you all fired up, Fuyuhiko? You're not the suspect. Peko is.
Who cares about that? Answer me! If you have an explanation, then show me what you got!
We might have an answer.
Huh?
Huh?
Do you really? This mystery seems unsolvable.
Well, if Peko is the killer, then I might just have an answer to that mystery.
I see.
Because she's a ninja.
Alleged method of escaping the beach house.
First, let's establish how the killer escaped.
The killer's escape route. I might know what it was. In fact, the only possible thing of I can. Small window in the shower room.
See. If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option, the only other thing I can think of is... Well, nothing really. Except that small window in the shower room.
Huh. Don't you know how high that window is? There's no way Peko could have reached it.
But what if, for instance, she got help from someone?
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then that person would have been left behind.
Is it possible an object was used? A rope, for instance?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something stupid like they threw it outside.
Of course not! That would violate the school trip rule!
Littering is not allowed.
Littering is prohibited. Even if it might be evidence, rules are still rules.
You see? There's no way they'd be able to escape from that window.
No, they just have to use an object.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they couldn't use an object!
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose of an object. I see! You don't have to throw it away if you can just hide it somewhere on your body.
Huh?
Das
Peko
Schwert.
was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours!
No! Please don't be violent!
The only thing I can think of is that the killer must have hid it somewhere. If that's the case, focus and think. The object the killer used to escape out the window. Jetzt kommt Hangman. Das war doch ganz komisch irgendwie. Kommen einfach nur falsche Buchstaben. Okay. Hallo? Kann noch mal ein richtiger Buchstabe kommen? B. Bambus oder was? Scheiße. Ja, ich glaube Bambus wird's. Bamboo sword.
I got it. Hecko, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly, you had it then too. Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that bamboo sword to escape through the window?
Yeah. Hecko used that bamboo sword as a step stool and escaped out the window.
It's a step stool.
As a step stool? You see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't I tell ya? A ninja could have climbed that easily.
Guten Abend, Herr Geldi.
Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the
Ich habe auch
handlebars
kein
as a
Geldi.
step stool.
Wow! Just like a Japanese ninja!
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist in
Wissen wir schon, wer die Dame beim Schwimmen gemacht hat?
It is a bamboo sword.
Die Dame im Beachhaus. Die wurde ja nicht beim Schwimmen gemacht. Aber anscheinend war es die Dame, die schwimmen war. Also die angeblich schwimmen war. Nämlich die mit dem Schwert hinten drauf. Now then, the time is once again come for panic time. Da guck mal, es kommt schon wieder. Die mit ihrer Negativ-Time. Und kürzen das wieder ab mit, ja, Feather Time und Time. Aber wie lange scheiße diese Anklage da geht. Ja, ist auch so. Hat sie quasi das Blut von sich gewaschen. Ja, aber nicht indem sie schwimmen war, sondern indem sie Wasserflaschen genommen hat und die über sich geschüttet hat in der Dusche. Das wissen wir schon. From this point on, you will be able to use Feather Time by pressing Space Key during the PTA. Weil da war ja so ein Getränkeautomat und die hat alle Wasserflaschen da rausgeholt. Alle! Und hat dann, oh geil, Wasser! When Feather Time is activated, the tempo will be pushed to the max. But that's not all, you won't miss during Feather Time either. By pressing the left mouse button when applicable, you can destroy your opponent's verbal assaults, but only until your focus gauge runs out. So make the best possible use of your time. Of course, you're not the only one who can get the upper hand. Abendrotscher. There's something called time that your opponent can use too. Your opponent. Alter, wie oft das auch vorkommt, ey. Ich kann es nicht vorlesen, ey. Ich lasse es auch einfach. Your tempo marker will disappear. Make it quite a bit difficult to press the buttons in the rhythm. So in that case, please time the rhythm note with your eyes, but with your eyes and your passionate heart. In L support, wenn es bitte so weiter. Ja. You can clear it, you can always change the difficulty strength. I'm not gonna tell them that they'll have to redo the class trial for that chapter if they do that. Hauptsache, wenn man die Schwierigkeit ändern will, muss man das Chapter von neu machen. Also. Okay. Nice. Also ist Class Trial.
And went out the fucking window? Then what about the sword?
It would have been left in the shower room, and she wouldn't have been able to recover it, dumbass!
Fuyuhiko, why do you even care?
Shut up! Just shut the fuck up and answer me! If you have an answer, then fucking give it to me! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Fuyuhiko, why are you... Panic Talk Act. Das mit dem Rhythmus, ne?
Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left behind!
Mann! Ich wollte es doch gerade drücken.
Got proof, you bastard? You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! If she used the
Bamboo sword bag.
as a step, this is the end.
So, Mensch.
If she used her bamboo sword as a stepstone, she could have recovered it with her sword bag. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a stepstone, she tied her sword bag to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover her bamboo sword.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used that. Akane said she's like a ninja, but it's nothing as silly as that. Simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. An escape plan befitting of the ultimate swordswoman. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you, it would have been an even greater plan. Oh, you just back off!
Is it true?
Did you really kill?
Hold on! You're just making assumptions! You don't have any proof. I won't accept this unless there's proof! Got it, you bastard?
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in futility.
She had admitted it just right now, right? She admitted she's Mahiro's killer, right? But is this right? Even though Fuyuhiko was the one arguing with us, Peko just admitted it so freely.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among men, the samurai. I commend your decisiveness, at least. Very well. If you admit it, this ends now. Let's cast our votes.
Agreed. Hurry up and vote.
Hold on. Let me confirm one thing first.
Can it wait until after the voting?
This is important, and it relates to the voting. It's about Peko's motive.
My motive?
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted in Twilight Syndrome murder case, right? Then, why did you kill Mahiru?
So it's about that. Let's see. If I must answer that question, I must say it was for the sake of justice.
For the sake of justice.
Justice?
In order to protect the justice of this world.
Ja, die ist ja Justice Serial Killer, ne? Von daher. Die Maske lag ja da.
Not sully my hands to to satisfy personal grudges. There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun and the enduring moon, the protective father and the smiling mother.
Hello! Earth to Pecco!
Earth to Pecco,
If
yeah.
justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that.
It's fine. Just stop it.
Justice must always be there to guide us, to shine bright above our heads.
I'm telling you to stop it!
So I must fight. I must continue to fight to protect justice.
This is... Could she be?
Could she be?
As the light of justice shines upon my mask, I expose the hearts of malevolent evil. Justice complete.
Justice complete.
The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling justice.
Die innere Maske geht kaum, ja. Die lag da beim so eine lag da beim Tor da auch rum. Wenn es nicht genau dieselbe ist, ich weiß es gerade nicht genau. Die ist irgendwie eine Serienmörderin, die aber nur Kriminelle umbringt, so.
I am sparkling justice. In the name of sparkling, shining justice, I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? What's this? Chill.
Pecco finally snapped!
Everyone, please be careful. Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an ally of justice. Clad in her various hero masks, she is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be...
Huh? Ally of justice? So that's why you're wearing a mask!
This mask is the dividing line. Just like various idols, the sun is revered because it lies just beyond your grasp. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is becoming really crazy.
Mhm. What the heck? What the heck is this? Pecco is the killer? Why is it turning out like this?
This is turning out to be a surprising turn of events.
Mein Brain macht aua, aua, aua.
Hey!
T3 Meter
Time
TV.
for you to be sleeping. Take a look. It's a killer.
Er schläft einfach, der Dude.
This again? Huh? Sleepwalking?
So what's your answer to my previous question? Why did you kill Mahiru?
Ja, weil sie eine Mörderin war. Deswegen.
I must not allow even one shadow. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what, I must not overlook evil.
Evil? Are you saying Mahiru is...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played the game. Am I right?
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then the reason you killed
Achso, ja,
Mahiru was...
die war ja keine Mörderin, aber sie hat geholfen.
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
Holy crap! She's such a stereotypical psychopath!
She's so gross!
Pecco, is this your true identity?
My true identity? I have already forgotten who I am. It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore. Let's just end this farce already.
End it? He's right. We need to end this already. The killer. In the end, there's no mistake that it was Pekka all along.
Let's go over this incident one more time and then let's end this.
Ach ja, jetzt kommt ja wieder dieses scheiß Buch, Alter. Kannst vergessen. Din, din, din. Ich habe ein Ding ins Falsch gesetzt und sterbe einfach direkt, weil ich kein Leben mehr hatte. Sehr gut.
We will never give up.
We will never give up. Nein, nein, nein. Wir werden nicht aufgeben. Guck mal, jetzt sind es andere als gerade auch. Das ist richtig. Das ist nicht richtig. Nee, als sie rausgegangen ist. Ja, stimmt. Rio Rise at the Beach House, Stock 3. Yoko wakes up. The killer leaves next to the body. Maske. Last Stock. Hier vorne fehlt noch eins. Und hier noch die Flaschen.
Here's everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation, and they promised to have a more detailed conversation about it later. However, someone else overheard their exchange, the killer. The killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan. By preparing a specific item, they planned to manipulate the two's actions. That item was the letters. they sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach house at 2 p.m., just like it said, and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer lying in wait. After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet. So they could frame her as the killer later. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she had been targeted for murder. Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the defenseless Mahiru with a specific weapon, the metal bat that was left at the scene of the crime. The bat was brought down onto the back of Mahiru's head, and with that, she took her last breath. According to Mikan's autopsy, Mahiru died instantly, so she probably never knew who killed her. With that, the killer achieved their goal of killing Mahiru and began to tamper with the crime scene. They dragged Mahiru's body so that it blocked the door leading to the road. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. My guess is it's something similar to a calling card.
Dann erstmal ein Bett komplett neu bezogen und Bewohner Cut instant reingekackt. Er kann pingeln wie ein Elefant. Geil.
That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on them. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else to wash the blood off their body. They used plastic water bottles that were inside the beach house refrigerator. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles instead. However, they had no choice but to dispose of the empty bottles in the beach house's trash can. Littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine how badly Hyoko must have panicked when she came out of the closet. I mean, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead right in front of her. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hyoko left, the killer finally came out of the surfboard case and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward Hyoko. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward Hyoko. Finally, the killer began preparing to escape from the beach house. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand, so they escaped the beach house using a different route. The small window in the shower room. However, that window is rather high up and can't be reached easily, which is why the killer used the bamboo sword they always carry with them. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window while holding the sword bag in their hand. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was pull the bag to retrieve the sword. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't any towels at the beach house. So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an excuse. So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peko Pekoyama?
Complete.
And what of it? She's like totally cool with it.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed of.
Die ist ja eine Serienmörderin, also warum sollte die jetzt sagen, ja.
You killed Mahir. Wrong. I punished evil in the name of justice.
That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and vote so we can freaking kill this weird, crazy bitch.
There's no way you can kill me. Justice can never be killed. You should all know that as well.
What are you saying?
To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something equally important. Understand?
I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
Then I shall be direct. Justice must carry on. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you serious?
It's not serious. It's justice.
It's not serious, it's justice.
Who will combat the evils of this world? Now, follow your hearts of justice that reside within you all, and save my life to protect justice. Hurry and carry on justice.
Give me a break. Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Peko go, we're all gonna get killed.
For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable.
So gut sieht sie doch noch nicht aus.
Don't worry.
Das wäre alle für die Sterne.
You give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore. Let's vote already and execute her.
However, before we do that...
Onokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
Ah, he finally woke up.
I've heard your story. Well, I wasn't listening, but who cared? Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Such heart-pounding excitement!
Dip, 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 dip. Onokuma vote. Peko Pekoyama. Tja. Class trial end. All rise.
Can we please have a little more time? Pardon me. Can we have a little bit more time? Please let us continue our discussion.
Continue our discussion? But isn't the voting over?
Yes, but I cannot help but feel strange. Something about this is definitely strange.
Strange? What do you mean? There's no doubt that Peko is the killer.
That is true. However...
As a serial killer enthusiast, you're wondering if Peko is really sparkling justice, am I right?
Huh? Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more passion about them than most.
That makes her an enthusiast.
Honestly, it felt strange to me too. I mean, there's a distinct difference between what we know about sparkling justice and Peko, right?
Distinct difference?
You know, Sonia described sparkling justice like this.
Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice! The lead star of justice that shines in the night sky. That would be me. Sparkling Justice!
Like was said. This is Sparkling Justice catchphrase. An unknown serial killer has a catchphrase? I read it in a magazine at the library. There's only ever been one person, a journalist, who has ever interviewed Sparkling Justice. The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translating it. I see, so that's what it was. I think I've got the difference between the serial killer and Pecco.
I see! That's right. According to what Sonia said,
The article was written in their native language, so I tried to translate it.
if she had a translator, that means it wasn't written in English, right?
Huh? Yes, the magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish as well. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice are both...
From Spain?
What?!
All this time I completely misunderstood. When I first heard about those serial killers, Genocide Jack and Sparkling Justice, I just assumed both serial killers were from the same country. But that wasn't the case. If so,
Pecco, you're not Sparkling Justice. There's no way that's possible.
Or, if you insist that you're Sparkling Justice, can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Would you be able to do that?
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off.
Die ist gar nicht Sparkling Justice, okay.
However,
Schade.
that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it. My duty has already been finished. My duty as a tool has already been completed in full.
War die der Traitor oder was?
Uh-huh. Looks like she's back to normal?
That mask has fulfilled its purpose, just as I have.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its purpose? Too late? What are you getting at?
Now that you've already cast your votes, is what it means.
Hey, be clearer! We're asking you what your purpose was.
I have no purpose. I am just a mere tool.
Tool? What do you mean?
She called herself a tool, which means someone else used her then?
Of course. A tool cannot do anything on its own.
I see. Finally understand. Well, I did have a sneaking suspicion all along.
Ach, sie ist ja so ein Swordsman, ne? Wahrscheinlich ist sie angestellt bei diesem Kusuryu-Clan da. Von dem Dingens und von dem Fuyuhiko. Und der Fuyuhiko hat ihr gesagt, die soll die Mahiro killen. Ich Nachtschicht da macht einfach halbes Ass im Ehe. Geil. Was heißt jetzt halbes Ass in Ehe, genau? Schnarcht die ins Ohr, oder?
I mean, besides Pecco and Kyoko, someone else was also at the beach house.
Also wissen die Leute was von ihrem Lebensspiel. Ja, die haben nur ihre Erinnerung an ihre Schulzeit verloren, also an ihre Schulzeit, die in dieser Hope's Peak Academy verbracht haben, in der die sich dann eigentlich quasi kennengelernt haben, genauso wie im ersten Teil. Also im ersten Teil gingen die ja auch quasi zur Schule, haben die Erinnerung dann aber verloren daran und sind in diesem Dingens gelandet. In diesem Todesspiel quasi. Macht mich ganz wuschig. Okay.
Someone else?
There is proof that establishes that fact. Try to remember it.
The body discovery announcement.
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean, didn't Monokuma say so earlier?
So what about this time? Is it 3 people including the killer or not? Jeez, you want me to say it doesn't include the killer this time, okay? All done.
That announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body. And in this particular case, the killer, Pecco.
Ich husch mal wieder zu Edubert rüber. Streamt der gerade wieder? Kriegt das ja nie mit. Weil der immer streamt, wenn ich auch stream. Hat er sich die Haare gefärbt? Das sieht irgendwie gerade so aus, ey. Elden Ring Gramblo. Nee, du wohnst nicht weg. Noch niemand mehr online ist, wo ich gelurkt habe. Guck mal, der Danny einfach, dass der immer noch hier weiter zockt, ey, ne? Ist so ein Abhängiger, ey. Tut so die ganze Zeit so, als hätte er keinen Bock auf den Hack. Und dann spielt er nur noch das. Aber ist nur das Licht. Okay. Hier kommt seinen Pflichten nach. Richtiger Wichser einfach.
So that means there was one more person in the beach house.
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth from us by being flexible with his own rules. That's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial. Like an accomplice, for example.
No, that's not it.
Huh? Am I wrong?
Yes, from your basic way of thinking about it, you are wrong. Didn't I tell you? I'm just a tool. That means I'm just a simple tool to be used by that person.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest motive out of anybody else here, right?
Hm. Aber ist doch irgendwie voll dumm, weil wenn die jetzt quasi mit dem Mord durchgekommen wäre, dann wäre er jetzt gestorben, weil alle anderen dann sterben. Ist ja auch irgendwie dämlich.
The connection between the motive and the incident.
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right? There's no reason to believe it's even true. Would you call a game like that a strong motive?
Oh, the events that occurred in the game should have definitely occurred in real life. There's overwhelming proof to that, too. Die Fotos. What's wrong with that? The murder case? Hä? Sind nicht die Fotos? Dann das Foto. Nicht alle Fotos, sondern nur das eine Foto.
There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. The photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko, didn't you? You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right? Because whoever beat the game first received the ending prize.
Hey, what's that envelope? What's inside? Shut up! What makes you think you have any right to question me?
It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending prize. It was you, wasn't it?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to confirm it.
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Who cared? 'Cause Pecco is the killer, right? But he voted.
That's why I told you. You're all too late. As I said before, I exist as nothing more than a tool. I I had no motive for killing Mahiru. No reason to kill. Not even the will to kill. I was simply used as a tool. As long as I am a tool, I cannot defy my orders.
Hey! What's going on? Can anyone give me a simpler explanation?
It means I'm not the killer.
I'm not the killer. Ja, weil die nur das Werkzeug ist, ne, das die Arbeit ausgeführt hat, aber trotzdem, ja.
The true killer, who used me as their weapon to kill Mahiru Koizumi, was Fuyuhiko Kuzuryu.
What?
What the hell?
I see. That's what you were aiming for all along.
No, I have no aim. But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Young master?
That is the truth of this case. I'm sure you realize it by now, but it's too late. You cannot undo the vote.
That's a problem. If Pecco's allegation holds up, that means our vote was incorrect.
In that case, the person who gets to live is...
Just... me?
That's nuts! No matter how you look at it, that's completely insane!
How would Pecco be a tool in the first place? Pecco is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. It's for Monokuma. The votes have been cast. All we can do now is wait and see what Monokuma decides.
What the hell? B.
I'm in a bind. And what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick recess. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
After this commercial break, willst du mich verarschen? Although there are some twists and turns along the way, the one who killed Mario Kozumi is... Hold on a sec. Okay, I'll wait. Sorry, I'm just hesitating.
Hey!
There's no need to hesitate. No matter how you look at it, Pecco's the killer. Why?
Hey,
Why? Well, it's obvious. You're not a tool. You're a friggin' human being.
Well,
If I'm human, then I'm not a tool. If that's what you're saying, you're wrong.
you just don't
Because
know.
you just don't know. You just don't know that there are people who only exist to be tools. People such as myself only exist to be tools?
Hey,
What does she mean for you, Iko? Pecco and I grew up together. Are you two childhood friends then?
No.
No, it's completely different than that. Right after I was born and abandoned by my parents, the Kuzuryu clan took me in.
I am nothing but
They gave me a reason to exist. I am to fulfill my duty as my young master's property.
What?
Property, you say? It means she's a hitman arranged by my clan to work directly under me.
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword.
Die Bilder, süß.
That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool, first and foremost. Until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That is...
You're wrong. You're not a tool, Pecco. Because if you're a tool, then what the hell was all the time we spent together?
Nothing.
Nothing. I was ordered by my young master to behave, just as I was ordered to interact with you all. Well, our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. Right after we arrived on this island, this is what my young master ordered me to do.
You fiend.
That is why you were hiding your relationship, you mean?
No.
It's not as if. That started the moment we arrived on this island. Before that, my young master has always told me to hide our relationship. My young master loves relying on this household's power. He even hates me, the tool given to him by his household.
I am nothing but a tool.
No matter what I'm told, I am nothing but a tool for killing. My young master intends to kill. It is only natural for me to act as his tool. Then, the one who tried to kill Mario wasn't you, it was Fuyuhiko?
Damn it.
It is what it is. When I thought I beat that game, I was suddenly given these photographs.
Damn it.
Damn it, I don't understand. Why is my sister in these photos?
Don't fuck with me.
And she's covered in blood. What does it mean? Why can't I remember? How I don't even know my own sister is dead. You tried to confirm it with Mario, and that's why you wanted to talk to her.
So.
Yeah, I sent her the photos because I wanted to make sure she would respond, but she never replied back to me. Not only that, she started avoiding me too. I'm pretty sure Mario was confused too. I mean, we are aware before anyone played the game, we didn't even know this incident had happened. That's why, even if we were told that we were connected to it, there's no way we could accept it. You know, when Mairo spoke to Ibuki, she mentioned something about this. Oh, sorry. I actually have plans to go to the beach with everyone.
Oh my.
Wait, huh? You're not gonna go, Mahiru? If you want to talk about it there, it will be totally fine. It's pretty important, so you know it would be troubling to involve the others.
Huh?
You sound pretty serious. Serious or not, I can't really do anything about it on my own, so I wanted someone to think about it with me. If I need to make amends, I would, but I don't even know how.
Are you serious?
It definitely sounds serious. I can cancel my beach plans for you. No, it's fine. It's important that everyone gets along anyway. Just tell them I'm not feeling well. Plus, it doesn't have to be today. There's always tomorrow.
Oh.
So, she wanted to discuss how to make amends, but Hiyoko was the only one who accepted her invitation. I should have gone too. But it's rather convenient for you, wasn't it, for Yuiko? If you could make use of their plans to meet each other alone. You could easily lure Mahiro into a trap, right?
Hey.
By calling both of them to the beach house, you were able to pin the blame on Hiyoko.
What the?
Seriously, what the heck? An eye for an eye, that's the world I live in. My little sister was murdered. If the reason that happened was because of some person here, I have no choice but to kill that person on my sister's behalf, right?
And so?
So, my young master thought of a plan and executed it. I wanted to use a bat as a murder weapon, because in the game that's what was used to kill Girl E. For revenge, clubbing the person to death the same way my sister was killed just seemed to make sense. Even if it ruined my disguise, it was the only thing I could do to avenge my sister. Now that is why you killed my hero with a bat?
Yeah.
But still, I believed her up till the very last minute that game was just a work of fiction. But even so, that bitch.
Hey.
If that game was actually real, are you the one who killed Girl E?
Why, you?
I don't want to hear about that.
But
The fact your sister was killed is terrible. It's unfortunate, but you shouldn't have killed that girl.
Shut the hell up!
Who cares about that? Just answer me. What do you know about that game?
what are you saying?
You had no right to do that. Aber ihre Freundin killt seine Schwester und das ist okay, oder was? Nobody has the right to judge others for their crimes. Revenge is just wrong. Want me to be honest, this whole time I was acting like a coward. Even after I called over my hero, I was still trying to find an excuse to not go through with the plan. But after she said that to me, that all went out of the window. I got really pissed off and grabbed the metal bat that I hid under the bench. But at that moment, young Master called for me and made me kill my hero. Huh?
Young Master, I am finished.
What?
are saying that you killed because you were ordered to? A tool is not defined by its will, but by its actions. I don't get this at all.
Of course.
Well, of course you don't understand, because humans are completely different from one another. Everyone's birthplace and upbringing is different. It's obvious impossible for them to understand each other. So everyone just pretends to understand and pretends to be understood. Hey, you're too annoying. Can you just be quiet?
Yes, indeed.
Okie dokie, I'll be quiet. Afterward, just as my young master planned, I proceeded to tamper with the scene of crime. However, I also considered the possibility of being found out. So in order to get you guys to make the wrong choice, I decided to make use of the serial killer story.
It cannot be.
You insisted that you were sparkling justice in order to make us hasten our votes? So we fell for it. We fell for her trick all along. That's right, you guys have made the wrong decision. You voted me, a mere tool, as a killer, unaware that my young master was a true killer.
That's obviously wrong.
Hold on, don't act like our loss has been decided yet. No, it should have been decided already. Isn't it right, Murokuma?
This is troubling.
I'll admit it, all this talk about Peko being a tool sounds pretty persuasive. When you approach it from various angles, it makes sense that Fuyuhiko is actually the true killer. Hold on, I'm telling you to hold on. I see, so for Peko, Fuyuhiko himself is your true hope then. On his behalf you killed my hero. And now you're trying to sacrifice us so that you can protect him.
Great.
You would only go that far because he's your one and only hope.
Wrong.
Wrong, I have no hope. I'm just a tool. Well, even if we ask her, she'll probably just play dumb anyway. So I'm going to ask anyone else. Hey, Fuyuhiko, what do you think? Huh? Is Peko just a tool for you? Using that tool, surviving by sacrificing Peko and the rest of us. Is that your hope?
Hold on.
Hold on, what's the use of asking something like that?
What?
You seem distressed. A mere tool doesn't panic like that, right? Peko, be honest. Are you trying to protect Fuyuhiko of your own free will?
Hey.
Fuyuhiko, can you tell me the truth? The fact that she killed on your behalf, the fact that she lied to us by acting like the killer, are those all things you ordered her to do? If that's the truth? Fuyuhiko, I know you hate our guts, but if you listen to Peko, we're all gonna die. Young Master, you just have to tell the truth. I was only following your orders. You just have to tell them that. Fuyuhiko, you mentioned this before, but in this kind of situation, interacting with others will just shorten your lifespan. Those idiots Byakuya and Teru are proof of that. Plus, it will be frustrating to be held back by affection when it's my time to kill. You're still saying that? Of course, I'll sacrifice the lives of everyone here if it guarantees my survival. You don't really feel that way, right? You're not that kind of person, because if you were, you wouldn't be hesitating like you are now, right?
Young Master!
There's no need to hesitate, young master. Please just tell them the truth. Young master, you were the one who ordered me. I just did as I was told, because I am a tool. Fuyuhiko, this could be considered your ultimate choice. Regardless, either way, you will still lose Peko, but if you insist you're the killer, as she said, you can sacrifice us and survive alone. Or would you rather reject Peko and fight alongside us against this pair? Which one will be your hope? Let's hear what you have to say.
Damn it!
Young Master, I am finished.
You... What the hell did you do?
You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Peko, Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young Master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Hiyoko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape!
Oh, how about it, Fuyuhiko? Please tell me the truth. Sorry, Peko. I guess I couldn't go through with it after all.
Young Master!
Because if that's actually what I have to do to survive, I just feel ashamed of myself. It would mean I can't live without depending on something. I would just feel disgusted with myself. And if I admit that, it means you really are just a tool to me. How many times did I tell you? I don't want a tool given to me by the Kuzuryu clan. Oh my, this is how it turned out. And here I thought it would be more brutal and heartless. Oh man, how disappointing. Which means everything happened thanks to her meddlesome actions. There's no way a human that meddlesome could ever be considered a tool.
Hey.
Monokuma, you knew this all along, didn't you? You knew about what Peko and Fuyuhiko discussed.
Jeez.
Well, it's obvious now. I mean, that's why you have surveillance cameras. You were just having fun, huh? Man, even it was an act of desperation. Peko's claim was surprisingly interesting. You're actually the first to try to influence the outcome of the trial like that. But too bad, you're definitely the killer. Peko, the tool with a heart, is a killer. Peko, I'm sorry I couldn't fulfill your request. Even though you did all that to provide me a chance to survive, but I had a feeling it would turn out like this. Huh?
Young Master!
You have a kind heart, despite being a Yakuza. That's why you question your position and constantly worry about it. For you to sacrifice someone else just to escape by yourself, I believed you wouldn't accept that so easily. We've been together ever since we were children. Even a tool would understand that.
What?
Then why?
Even so.
I wanted you to escape. I wanted to protect you.
I am terribly sorry.
I will not be able to serve by your side until the very end, young master. Goodbye. And I'm sorry for what I've done to you all, too. It may be a self-helpful request. Please forgive my young master, and please do not cause a senseless killing.
Such as this, ever again.
Ever again. Sagt sie, die gekillt hat, weißt du? Oh, Peko. That will do, Monokuma. Why don't you start it already? Just so you know, I will never feel despair. As long as I'm a tool, I'm fully prepared to die. Cool, so cool. But will you be able to maintain that composure until the very end? People who act as proud as you always shed tears of despair in the end. Now then, let's begin. Young Master. Please permit me to make one selfish request.
So.
Didn't I tell you not to kill me young master.
Remember.
The true Peko Yama, who used to stand beside you. I would like it if you remembered that. That's it. How many times do you have to keep? I don't need any tools. You did say that. Then let's begin the punishment time bringing with despair. Why don't you get it yet?
Thrills, chills, kills!
This time for the ultimate sweatsman, Peko Yama. You stayed by my side all this time. Why don't you get it?
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I never needed a sword or a shield.
I never needed a tool. So... you didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Young master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids!
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Peko. Don't go! I need you! Don't leave me!
Young master.
Young master.
Sad. One Woman Army. Also er steuert die mit Dingen aus, hey. Hä? Sterben jetzt beide oder was? This cannot be even for Yuhiko? Echt jetzt? Das wäre jetzt sind echt beide gestorben, lol. Okay, this is bad. This shouldn't be allowed. People dying so easily falling like dominoes. You bastard, what is this? This can't be. This is a lie, right? Peko! Fuyuhiko! For heaven's sake, this is just worse. Jeez, what a waste. This conclusion, what a waste. This is why she should have just discussed it with me. It was supposed to be a clash between two hopes, but it was crushed into something so unpalatable. Unpalatable.
Oh.
You're still talking about that? That's wrong with you. Aren't you pissed that two of your friends got killed? I'm pissed and I even feel sad and hopeless, but I still...
Isn't that right?
It's going to be alright. The despair is worthless. Even this despair is just a ladder to a bright, shining future that awaits us. The higher the ladder, the brighter we can shine. That is an unmistakable truth. Calling me a ladder, huh? Here's some pretty interesting things. Ooh, in a way, your misguided thoughts of what hope should be remind me of him. I don't really understand what you're saying.
Listen carefully.
Anyway, I shall make a declaration. We will definitely destroy you. The hopes of all the ultimates here will definitely completely, utterly destroy you. There won't even be a strand of cotton left when we're done with you. That's your future. How much longer are you planning to say such stupid things? Don't you understand? Even Fuyuhiko died, you know? Not yet. He's still alive. What?
Everyone!
Fuyuhiko is still alive.
Serious?
Are you serious? Fuyuhiko! Frantically, we rushed over to Fuyuhiko's side.
He's still breathing.
Is he gonna be okay?
Do something! Hey! You need to save him!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
Well, serves him right. Were you filled with hope that the thought of saving her yourself? That's why you ended up like that? What are you so laid back about? You need to hurry up and save him. Huh? Surprise order? Why do I have to burn my precious calories just to save some Yakuza scum? It's your duty to save him. Duty? Because it's written as a school trip rules. They alone will be executed, yeah. If only the Black Knight gets executed, then Fuyuhiko shouldn't be allowed to be executed. Well, if I could, I would do something about it right now, but since my magic stack was taken away, I'm practically powerless. But you should be able to do it. Jeez, I guess I have no choice. Immer noch kein Training. Kannst du bei Danny gucken. Der Danny S04. Der trainiert gerade wieder wie ein junger Hecht. Warum auch immer. Der sagt, der hasst den Hack auch. Aber seit ein paar Tagen spielt er nichts anderes. Ja, der komische Danny. Aber grüß dich, Dragon. Hallöchen, Hallöchen. There's no way I can violate a rule, even if it's me. Was will ich denn bei dem? Ich will, dass du trainierst. Vielleicht mache ich das gleich noch. Right then, I'll save him. Really? I was actually gonna do that all along, so I've already prepared for this. Huh? Prepared? And that's when it happened. A siren began ringing from out of nowhere. And gradually grew closer and closer. Natürlich ein fucking Krankenwagen.
An ambulance?
Just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patient.
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation stat. So, I'll see you later.
Okay. And after he said that, the ambulance containing Monokuma and Fuyuhiko vanished from our side. Is it really gonna be okay to leave this to Monokuma? Can't be helped. It's not like there was any other way.
Perhaps.
He's gonna be fine. He's probably gonna get better and come back to us again. You're right. He's definitely gonna come back and talk a lot of smack as if nothing happened. Then all we can do is wait. Why do I have to wait for him? I mean, he caused Mario's death, you know? However, we must put that aside since Peko has already been punished. Or else we will not be able to advance forward. There's no second chances in life. We cannot return to what has already transpired. There's no other way than to move forward, like an arrow of light piercing through the darkness. I guess. Things aren't exciting if a shit stirrer like him ain't around. I didn't realize it, but I was wishing for that too. From the bottom of my heart, I really wanted him to return. I don't want anyone else to be sacrificed. And so the class trial ended, but we still can't see the real ending that we really want yet. When that finally arrives, what will have happened to us by then? No matter where I look, no matter what possibilities I look for, I can see our future, not even the speck. And as if we were in a boat floating unreliably in a vast dark sea. We were just left there, alone. Only one word could explain our situation, despair. We couldn't find a more suitable word than that. Bring. Was ist mit dem Apparillo? Apparillo. 15 Tage left. 15 days left. 10 Stunden, 10 Minuten. Okay.
You guys can see it, right? You can see this countdown too? 4 people are already gone. We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able to gather them. Honestly, I'm not so sure anymore. Whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is hope and which is despair? But I guess there's no time to hesitate. If this countdown reaches 0, that guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate despair, and the continuation of the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That cannot be allowed! We must prevent that by any means necessary. Even if we have to pay the ultimate price, I will definitely prevent it by any means. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
Okay. So, kann ich jetzt speichern? 12 Leute am Leben. Ein Shoutout an Danny ist noch vieles angekommen. Gelesen, so wird registriert. Vielen Dank dafür. Chicken, ey. Spielst du jetzt Briefboten oder was? Ins Nachrichten weiter. So, okay. Gespeichert ist es. Runtime Error. Sehr gut.